Hi, Wafa.
Hi, Katya. I'm happy we're starting with a smile. What has changed throughout the chain of wars that you have experienced and witnessed since the 1990s? You seem more worried now. Why?
Because things are getting worse, and since I came back, 2015, then we had the 4th of August, then we had the banks, then we had the 24 war, and هلا this war is different. It is يعني في هيك خيط ما عم ينقطش يعني it's a continuous thing that's getting worse and worse, and I'm getting older كمان. I don't have the emotional strength that I had before. And at my age, I don't want to live it anymore. خلاص. I'm very attached to this country, and I love the people of this country and everything. But for the first time, I don't want to be part of it. I really don't want to be part of it anymore. I want peace. I wish I could be on a forgotten island and live in peace and خلاص, for the rest of what I have of my days. So this has changed. Before you call it resilient and everything, but هلا خلاص, no, I can't. And I think it's a situation of everybody, because I hear people around me, they are fed up, they're tired, they are used, they are, it's becoming unbearable, honestly.
To what extent has your anxiety multiplied the fact that the situation now is related to a regional war?
I think it's more dangerous now because it's out of hands, and it's much more violent than before, and the leaders are out of their minds, and humanity has disappeared, in my opinion, and we don't have humanity anymore. And it's out of control. I don't feel secured by any situation or any speech or anything. Where are we going? How is it going to end? How do I cope? I'm still standing, and with art, it helps me to be aligned with something that I need to create, and creation is a blessing. It's something, it's like meditation. It re-center you, and it's very important. I think this is my survival kit.
Katya, do you think that art can document things that history cannot?
Art is a story, and it's an awareness, and it's, like I told you, it raises questioning about why this piece is here. So it's very important to highlight everything that has been done during those times related to the war, because it's like a history book, period.
When you look around you, right and left, and see the buildings, what strikes your mind? Do you have any fear of erasure, or do you have any fear of death?
It's not nice to say, but I have these visions of destruction constantly. When I look at my apartment, I say, is it one day going to be destroyed? The buildings, the streets, the people, is it one day going to be erased more than what's happening? I have fears. I have fears that it's going to be worse. So I have visions, then no. But these visions are present all the time now. What's going to happen tomorrow? I feel that we are abandoned in our faith, and it's just the unknown tomorrow. What's going to happen tomorrow? We have no vision of positive things. And this is my fear.
Now, I want you to imagine yourself wherever you live. Within those times, we are at war. How does your everyday feel?
Worried. I feel angry, and in the same time hopeless for the first time, because I used to have hope for better days, but then the days showed me that They're not so better, and this is a weight, actually. It's a weight, constant weight, 24 hours every day. And then to escape this weight, I sometimes go to the mountains, spend some time with nature and my dogs, and then I'm lighter, much lighter, forget everything. I need to forget for a moment just to be able to survive. But Beirut is, the energy in Beirut is heavy, and at the same time this is very important for my work because it gives me inspiration, idea. I need to say things through art, and after a while you're so tired that you need to escape this. So it's a balance between the weight and the lightness that we need all to have, to silence the news, to just think that we are still living and not surviving.
This dilemma that you're living, how do you express it?
Coming to my studio is, the fact that I come from the house to the studio is a moment of, hey, I'm going to the studio already. So I come to the studio and even if I don't work, I just have peace inside of me and think about what I'm going to produce. So this itself is a moment of connection, with positive connection, even though if I want to express something about what's going to happen, the inspiration is a blessing, first of all. Secondly, I surround my life with people when I'm in Beirut, just to have an exchange and understand the state of mind of the others during these times. It's nourishing. I find myself in them that we are all feeling the same thing, because we are stuck in this journey and we have to survive it, and we have to tell it, and I have to tell the story of it. Difficult, heavy, but for me, it's like I'm feeling something, an idea that I will tell, and then will remain in history. That was. And then after that, the journey will continue if it continues.
A year ago, you came up with an idea that this same tool that might, God forbid, destroy the whole world is your tool for preaching for unification. Mm-hmm. What built up this imagination of the nuclear bomb?
It was the final point of this project. And this project was built in 2013. The idea came 2013, yeah. The fear of a general war, you know. So I highlight the identities in history, visual identity of the countries, 46 countries, to say that identity is beautiful. You cannot destroy it. You will, if you try to destroy it, you reinforce it. Isma, the weight of peace. It's in bronze, the material they use for weapons and for art. So it's this duality between justice, peace, love, and destruction, they're using it. And my message was, if in the Middle East there is a war, the whole world would be at war somewhere, because we're all linked. ما فينا نقول بس هون وبس هون. And that is how this project was born. Then the atomic bomb is the final point of the final. Why? Because my silent fear at the time is how this situation is going to end. And maybe later on they will use it just to put an end to all this conflict. And I was thinking, you know, I'm going to build a piece, I'm going to do this piece to create awareness and questioning. How can religions, they promote justice, compassion, love, everything, how can they be in conflict coming from the same region? And the weight of peace, is it the destruction to reborn in a new construction? You know, do we have to go through that? So this fear of total destruction made made this piece.
Do you have any work that you're thinking of executing as a result of what's happening?
Yes, I have a work. I have two art pieces in my mind that I'm going to execute very soon, related to the actual situation. So I am positioning myself, malgré moi, you know, it's not into a socio-political artist, but I cannot go anywhere else. I need to express what I'm living. It's a need. It's like a therapy, maybe, I don't know. And I'm going to execute those two pieces who are related to socio-political subject, actual. And every time I say, khalas, those are the last pieces, I want to move to something else different, and it doesn't happen. I cannot paint nature and in my previous paintings in the 90s, I painted my life, I was in Dubai, it was forgetting the war, and then I came back to it. And I think being in this country, it's good for an artist because the inspiration is, there's so much to say, and it will remain in history. And this is excellent, I think, for us. And the artist comes from different region, in Beirut even. So we have a different perspective of, different vision of our different situation. And this is what gives the art in Lebanon so rich and so so beautiful. We have excellent artists. So yes, I am going back to the subject of war, and it will be a legacy for after history. I don't know if we still exist. No? At that point, I am. And we will see.
The atomic bomb behind you, if you close your eyes now and I tell you, imagine the next piece that is inspired by it.
If you ask me, what do I see if I close my eyes?
Yes.
I see the installation of Dia Zawi at Saleh, the one that was on the floor, the destructed city. Well, this is the first vision that comes to my head, but the next subject is not after the atomic bomb. It is related to the situation, but not that.
Katya, in your work, there's a lot of handwork. Can you tell me how much your hand speaks?
My hand speaks a lot when I work, because they are the link between my brain and they are the brain. Huh? And I love to work with artisans also. I love to work with people because exchanging their know-how with my ideas is so nice. It's a moment. And they learn something new and I learn something new. So the exchange is really nice. And because I cannot weld or I cannot do things that they know how to do, I go to them and I exchange the know-how. And I love that. I love collaborations. The Perpetual Identity project, maybe 12 pieces have been done by me, the rest have been done by artisans in Lebanon and abroad. It was such a beautiful experience to exchange with foreign people or artisans. So the creation comes from me, the production comes from them. And the two together, it's like for the trucks also, when I did the project of the trucks in Tripoli, my guys from Tripoli, they know how to make it, and the idea came from me, so the exchange was wonderful. And I'm still working with them, by the way. I can't go. I am taking them to another place with their material. So we are now evolving in the work. It's not trucks anymore, it's something else. And for them, it's a discovery, so they're happy.
Which of those pieces you worked by hand? تبعيت التشيكن واير هونيك انت لفيتيها.
أنا والزلمة لفيناها. This is Israel representing the wall of separation with the holes for the wall of محل ما بحطوا الأوراق. So I did holes in it with the papers and the wires around it, because when you put wires or you put a wall, not only you separate إنه بتسكري حالك كمان يعني إنه it's like a prison, you know, from both sides it's خلاص, there is a wall. So I did this to represent my understanding of, and that was long time ago, in 2013.
Do you think the Lebanese artists, without them knowing, are creating a movement?
I think the Lebanese artists are creating a movement, أكيد. Like all the movement that has been in history of art. We have a movement now, that is the geopolitical, political, socio-political art. It's a movement. So yes, we are creating that, أكيد. We're all connected actually by the same situation, fear. But كل واحد will express something. And no, it's not that we express the same thing. And that's the beauty of the Lebanese artists. كل واحد شيء. I love that. We're never in competition.
I'm going to get you to my last question, which is, what does it mean for you to be a Lebanese?
My both parents originally, my grandparents are from Aleppo, and then they went to Egypt, and then from Egypt to Lebanon, and then today I feel I need to go somewhere else. So I was wondering, asking myself, do I have this heritage of moving from country to country? Maybe. And although I'm very much attached to Lebanon because it's my home and I was born here, my questioning also about identity, attachment to a land versus life, versus everyday's life and your priority as a human being. As a Lebanese, I'm very lucky to be Lebanese because I adore this country and the people of this country, but in the same time, it's like somebody who doesn't let you love him. عرفتي? We're not allowed to be and to love it and to enjoy it. We were never allowed to. We need to, but we can't. There is always something that makes you questioning it's like une trahison. Comment on dit trahison in anglais? Traitor.
Yeah, you're a traitor.
Yeah, the country is a traitor. I'm beautiful, I'm here, but don't touch me, don't love me. عرفتي? So this is how I feel as a Lebanese.